Okay. Sit down. I need to tell you about a contract. 5 files into this program, and every one of them was criminal. Break-ins, porridge theft, a stolen grandmother. Today? Today, nobody breaks into anything. Today, a princess makes a deal with a frog. His services against her promises, takes the services, and sprints. No burglary, no debris, just a promise, a breach, and a plaintiff who fits in a soup bowl. Folks, for the first time in series history, this court goes civil. A verbal contract is still a contract. Let's go. Fairy Tale Flip. Episode 6. The Frog Prince, a breach of contract story. Or, as the file reads, Ribbit and Run. Meet the defendant. Eventually, the defendant. Right now, she's just a princess. The youngest one. So beautiful, I'm reading from the original file, that the sun was astonished every time it shined on her face. Her hobby? She walks into a dark forest alone, sits at the lip of a very deep well, and plays catch with herself, using a ball of solid gold. A princess, a hole, and a precious metal. That's not a hobby, folks. That's an actuarial event picking a date. And today, it picks one. The ball goes in. The well is so deep she can't see the bottom. Flag that, the depth. It's load-bearing. We're coming back. And the princess begins to cry, loudly, royally. The kind of crying that is also an announcement. Somebody heard it. Up from the water, a frog. Why are you crying, princess? She explains. Then she opens negotiations. And folks, her opening offer is her pearls, her jewels, and the golden crown off her head. Sweetheart, it's a fetch. You are quoting him the kingdom for a filament. But the frog declines, doesn't want treasure. He wants, and I wrote these down as he said them, because that is what I am for, Term 1, a seat at her table. Term 2, to eat from her little golden plate. Term 3, to sleep on her silken pillow. That is a lot of price for a ball, folks. Remember how steep this is. It comes back. And the princess says yes, to all of it, out loud, while thinking, this is in the record, what nonsense, he's a frog. He belongs in the pond with the other frogs. One party is negotiating. The other is planning a getaway. Term sheet, the deal. The first legal document in series history. I laminated it. The frog dives, down past the light, all the way to a bottom nobody's ever seen, and comes up with the ball in his mouth. Full performance. Immediate. Work first, no deposit, no escrow. The single most professional party this program has ever reviewed. And the princess takes the ball and runs. "Wait!" yells the frog. "Take me with you! I can't run like you can!" He's a frog, folks. His top speed is a hop. The appeals process cannot physically keep up with the defendant. Reach 1, the sprint. Now, normally this is where our former documentary partners would dramatize the moment. They've gone independent. We received a postcard. It's a photograph of a bird. There is no note. Anyway, she's gone. But here's the thing about defendants who live in castles. Everyone knows where you live. Next evening, palace dinner. Gold plates, tall candles, the king at the head of the table. And then, up the marble staircase, splish, splash, splish, splash. "Youngest princess, open the door." She opens it. She sees him. She slams it and returns to her seat at approximately the speed of guilt. And the king looks at his daughter. "Child, why are you frightened? Is there a giant at the door?" "Sir, it's the right neighborhood for it. Ask episode 3. "No," she says. "It's a disgusting frog. I promised him things." And then she confesses. Everything. The well, the terms, the sprint. Unprompted, in order. 5 episodes I've waited for a witness like this. and it's the defendant. And the king goes quiet. Dad's going quiet, folks. Never good. Occasionally legal. The king puts down his fork, and the king says, "That which you have promised you must perform. Go and let him in." Finally, 5 episodes, 5 files of grown-ups launching children into forests and enforcing nothing. And this man upholds a valid oral agreement at dinner from memory. Your Honor, I do have notes. You didn't read the terms. There was no discovery. And the defendant calls you Dad, which is a conflict of interest the size of the throne room. But a ruling is a ruling. Order of the court, the ruling. The door opens. The frog comes in. Hop, 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 right up to her chair. "Lift me up beside you." She looks at her father. Her father points at the chair. Up goes the frog. Term 1, the table. Performed. And now listen to the plaintiff. "Push your little golden plate closer." Did you catch it? The pleas left the building the moment the gavel came down. Dinner proceeds, legally. He eats from the little golden plate, heartily. She manages 1 bite all course. The record says every morsel's stuck in her throat. Term 2, the plate. Performed. She ate like a hostage. He ate like a man with a court order, which he was. Then the frog stretches. "I'm full, and I'm tired. Carry me upstairs and put me on your silken pillow." Folks, I've carried this plaintiff's briefcase for 4 scenes. He dove the well. He did the work. He got sprinted on. But somebody explained to me, slowly, what fetching a ball has to do with her pillow. Hold that question. It gets answered in about 90 seconds at speed against some masonry. The princess starts to cry. The king does not blink. "He helped you when you were in trouble. You will not despise him now." So she carries him upstairs, 2 fingers, arm's length, face like a tax audit, and sets him down in the corner, the far corner. And out of the dark, the frog. "The pillow, or I tell your father." That, folks, stopped being a term. That's leverage. She snaps. She picks him up. "Now you'll get your rest, you disgusting frog," and throws him at the wall. Now, you've heard this story your whole life, and you've heard it wrong. You were promised a kiss. There is no kiss. There was never a kiss. The kiss is the paperback rewrite. In the original file, the remedy is drywall. Because the instant he hits it, the frog is gone. And standing in the guest corner is a prince. Cursed, he explains, by a wicked witch. A witch. No name, no address, no description. Repeat player, folks. The file is watching. And in his defense, there is one. The terms weren't his. Table, plate, pillow. That was the curse's exit clause. He didn't draft that deal. The witch did. He was just assigning it. But hold on. He was a prince the entire negotiation. A prince with a staff, a treasury, and a carriage parked at the edge of the forest. Sir, you could have commissioned a diver. The depth was never the problem. The ball was never the point. The terms were the point. Identity concealed. Terms somebody else's. Performance coerced by the bench. That contract was void 3 separate ways, and the party who figured it out solved it with throwing. Term 3, the pillow. Discharged by wall. The wall. This file's only criminal referral. Withdrawn at breakfast when the victim proposed. She threw a houseguest at a load-bearing wall, and this family calls it a courtship. So let's review the file. The deal, the sprint, the ruling, the table, the plate, the pillow, the wall. 1 contract, 3 terms, 2 breaches, 0 counts. Because this one, folks, was civil. Mostly. The wedding was immediate. The king calls it his finest ruling. He has still never read the terms. The well got a lid and a lock by the weekend. Ask the bears. Ask the giant. The locksmith, the same one who declined the gingerbread job, look it up, took one look at a well not made of dessert and did it same day. Group rate. But before we stamp this file shut, the carriage. The prince keeps hearing something break behind him. It's not the carriage. It's Henry. Faithful Henry, his man, who had 3 iron bands fastened around his own heart to keep it from bursting while his master was a frog. It's not the carriage, says Henry. It's my heart. The bands are coming off. Nobody wrote Henry's contract down, folks. He just showed up, every day, for years, for a frog. The only agreement in this file that held was never on paper. So here's your fairy tale flip moral, folks. A verbal contract is still a contract, so watch what you promise. And before you say yes to easy terms, ask who drafted them. Next time on Fairy Tale Flip, a kingdom identifies a missing woman using only her shoe door to door, like that's a fingerprint. Your Highness, you danced with her for 3 hours. Try a name. See you then.